obviously we are not in our normal studio. We are here live in person at Daytona Beach, and we just had a really big opportunity for the channel. It was our first experience with the brand new Joose exterior color. Now it just so happens that it was also the first Joose Gladiator to be available to the public. So the coolest part about this right off the bat, this Jeep was the one that we saw a few weeks ago. This is the one in Virginia at the Shaler Motor Car dealership. Rich, the owner of this Jeep, saw our video, decided to give them a call at Shaler Motor Car, and he said at first they were kind of reluctant to sell to him out of state. He lives in Florida, they're in Virginia. Eventually, they made a deal. He booked a one-way flight up and picked up this brand new Joose Gladiator. Now, what was really cool about this, he actually gave us a little bit of backstory. Now, from what the managers and the team at Shaler Motor Cars was saying, this Jeep was actually meant to be in a Jeep commercial, and somehow there was a mix-up in shipping, and it ended up at this dealership lot. That's a crazy cool story. There was a reason why when I texted Megan down at Dan Cummins, I said, hey Megan, can you order me one of these? And she was like, no, they're not available. And I said, yeah, they are, here's a link. And she was like, how'd they get that? That's not available. Crazy cool story on this. And Rich was able to fly up, pick it up, drive it back, already throw on a 4-inch lift and a set of 37s. This is all within like a week or two period. Now what's really neat about this Jeep is this is our first experience seeing the Joose color in person in a brand new Gladiator or Wrangler platform. Ryan just got a shot. There's actually an orange Crush JK at the parking lot where we're staying at, and it's cool to see it in a JK, but you don't get the full feeling of what it'll look like in a JL or a JT without it actually being on that. Right off the bat as well, this is a Rubicon X Gladiator, meaning everything comes fully loaded. It's got color match fender flares, color match top, steel front bumpers, power leather, yada yada yada, the list goes on. But it was a really cool opportunity to see how the black as well as the Joose kind of contrasted, and to give us a little bit of perspective on what we're gonna do for our beach version of a Joose Gladiator. This one kind of is set up for the beach already. He's got a set of 20s, 37 by 13.5 Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs, and it's kind of something that we are gonna be looking at when we build our Joose out. He even said to me off camera, he was like, look, he's like, this thing will spend most of its life right out there behind us, Ryan, on the Daytona beaches and really enjoying that outdoor lifestyle. Now, what I liked about the Joose too, when you see it, there's a stark difference between this color and pumpkin orange. Now, I know some people will say, Matt, Ryan, why do you guys do so many videos on colors? And it's because the color ultimately is a big choice, and it's something you're gonna drive every day. This is very different than the pumpkin orange. It's still in the same color hue, of course. However, with the Joose, it is much brighter, much more vibrant, and I don't know, the pumpkin orange just kind of fades away. It's a little bit darker, it's a little bit more subdued than this Joose. If you're driving a Joose Wrangler or Gladiator, it's a bright vehicle. It's like a bright orange. It reminds me of like almost like that Mustang orange a few years ago, or the Crush that was on the JK. I think the difference with the JL and the JT though is just how much more orange you can get onto it, or how much more body color you see on the vehicles. And the really neat with this one was to see the 2024 Plus, the newer style grille on it, see how that contrasted with it. And overall, our first impressions are just, this is a really, really good looking color and a really good trim on here. I would say that I know we're ordering a Sport and we have it on order right now. However, if we do add some color match pieces, I think this will be, it's a perfect contrast between black and orange. Now let's talk about this. What color scheme for a Jeep like this? A lot of folks in the comments when we were talking about our build, we're talking about white mixed with the Crush, kind of like that orange creamsicle look. So Ryan, I gotta be honest with you, I think, is that our boy down there? Wait, turn the camera, Ryan. I think that's Mike. Do we have him on Instagram, or what do we have him on? It's him. Well guys, let's talk about it a little bit here. After that brief interruption, we saw Mike, the crane whisperer down there, just pull up in front of our condo. I wanted to talk about what color schemes do you guys think would look best with a Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator build in this color. This color is Joose, it's a bright orange, and a lot of the comments in the past were saying, maybe do like an orange creamsicle, where it's like orange and then just solid white in different areas. I gotta say, Ryan, remember back in the day, the Nacho Islander with the white top actually looked pretty slick. I don't think Jeep did the best job with it because it was like silver wheels and then some silver accents, but white top. The white really breaks up the orange color, and I think on a Jeep like this, I would even go as far as say Do you do like a white hardtop on the Gladiator? Because the Gladiator hardtop is only like this much real estate in that back area to accent it and then tie it into the wheels somehow. Maybe tie into like a flat white or a gloss white into the wheel, almost like the wheel we have on our 41. That's the old school steely wheel. I don't know. Let us know down below in the comments. We're kind of curious, what other colors do you think would go with this? Blues, greens, a white I do think would look really well, but let us know down below in the comments because we're trying to build this out and we want to keep a theme just like we did with the 41 build, to keep the colors going, keep the scheme looking good. So here's one thing I wanted to talk about, guys. The orange or the juice on the Gladiator to me looks right. I'm curious to see how it'll look on the Wrangler. Now what's weird is that I think high velocity looks good on the Wrangler, but I don't on the Gladiator. Like I'm not bashing anybody for having that color, but like some colors in my eyes just look better on different vehicles. And it was weird because on a vehicle this bright, you wouldn't think that it would look as cool on a truck with a giant bedside, but I actually think it looked maybe a little bit cooler on a Gladiator than I have seen on the Wrangler. But of course, this is all subjective and all just our opinions sitting here talking to you guys. But what do you guys think it looks better on, the Wrangler or the Gladiator? And then lastly, Easter Jeep Safari is wrapping up. A couple buddies are sending me pictures once again of the Inca Gold 392 concept vehicle that's out there. What colors would you like to see on the Wrangler and Gladiator coming out? I know we talked about that before, but maybe this time let's talk about a previous JK color or a previous color that was released that you think ought to make a comeback, that you think everyone would buy. I know for me personally, I think Purple Rain.
Purple Rain 392 Gladiator.
Purple Rain 392 Gladiator Rewind Edition with those custom retro decals. Done. Let us know down below in the comments. And also, we want to give Rich a huge shout out and thank you to him for bringing this Jeep by. He lives a few minutes away and was able to come have a chance to meet up with us and show off his beautiful Gladiator with a really cool story. And honestly, I'm glad we had a little bit of part of it. You know, we showed the video, he was able to locate it. He watches the channel and was able to pick that Gladiator up for himself. Little caveat, he said he was between Mojito and that, and ultimately went with the Juice because he liked it a little bit more than Mojito. So pretty cool because we were kind of going through that same thing in our head. Once again, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the Juice Gladiator. And until next time though, Ryan's behind the camera. I'm here talking to you, and we're both at Daytona Jeep Beach, and we want you to get out there and earn yours.